Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back, Dad Radio. We do the record club. It's classics. So the four of us, picked four albums each, or one album each, and then we all listened to it. And now we're gonna talk about them. Here we go.
Labi Siffre. This is an album. He's a British singer-songwriter, I guess you could say. Um, Very folksy. And I'd heard a lot of the songs on this, like a lot of his big songs before. But the song Crying, Laughing, Loving, Lying was in the Holdovers recently, and it made me revisit this album and listen to it all the way through for the first time. And it's great. It's kind of like it's very like I love when an older album, like a 70s album like this, kind of has these deep cuts and like takes you on a journey that modern music doesn't necessarily do. Um and I feel like this album does that. It very much puts me in a certain headspace. Um and that which song is it that Kanye West samples? My Song. Um and I Wonder, which I didn't know, and I heard it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the song, the
Hmm.
sample song. Um and yeah, it has a lot more history in it than I imagined, or than I knew. And Crying, Laughing, Loving, Lying is just such a great song. So what do you guys think?
Well, I loved it. I think it's an awesome album. I actually, I just found it the same reason. I don't know if you knew these before, right? The crying, laughing, loving song off of the Holdovers. So that's when I listened to it. And I remember I would listen to that song and then I'd listen to the next song, Hotel Room Song, and I think Hotel Room Song is the stinker on the album.
Yeah.
I think um
Yeah, there's some funny, like kind of weird
sometimes there's some
songs.
songs that like you're like, oh, like this is kind of a weird song, you know? So, but I mean, most of the songs I'd say are good. But so I'd listen to that song and be like, all right, album's not worth listening to. And then Cam's like, no, you should, it's good, it's good. And I'm like, all right. But yeah, there are some amazing tracks on this. The second song, Canuck Chase, I think is super cool. That's just a great way to open the album. It Must Be Love, and I love how it ends on Come On Michael, their friend Michael, he's got a lot to give, and they're so supportive of their friend Michael. So I think that one's hilarious. Like what a funny way to end the album. Like there's some like weird, like he's so like good at like doing all these like funny word plays and like with his lyrics, and I don't know, he's great at that.
I love
Classic.
his voice too. He has such a
Yeah.
funny voice, like such a classic 70s singer-songwriter voice.
Yeah. um and I love I was thinking like while listening to it, yeah, it's definitely in that early 70s time period. Like it reminds me of like Don McLean's American Pie album. You guys
Yeah,
ever
I
heard
think
that
that's
all
why
the
I
way
like.
through? Just like, I don't know, sonically, and just the way the album is spaced out, kind of reminded me of that. And I love stuff like that. So yeah, great album. Good rec.
I uh I think this album really goes places. I had heard My Song because of the Kanye sample. But I didn't even realize that was this until I heard it. I thought it was going to be a very different album. It started like with this very powerful poem at the beginning, essentially. Um, and then the third song is about like somebody desperately trying to hold on to a relationship that just can't be salvaged. So it was very dour. And then the next song is just like a fun, happy love, love, love song. Um, and that really surprised me. I think this album goes in a lot of different directions. And I think the title of the album, Crying, Laughing, Loving, I kind of felt like doing all those listening to this album. It's
And
got
lying.
and lying, yeah. Um, it's got really fun pop songs, really introspective folk songs, and kind of silly, goofy songs like Hotel Room Song. But yeah, I had never heard of this guy before, and I love this album. This is incredible. Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, this album was awesome. I loved it. It was super different. It was a really nice like kind of breath of fresh air to me when I listened to this. Um, just the first two songs were just like, I didn't really know what I was getting into when I turned it on, and that first song with that poem, and then kind of going into Chemic Chase, I feel like is a good kind of intro into what more of like what the album is, what you're in for. That was just super cool. Yeah, really liked it. I liked crying, laughing, loving, lying. You really hit the broad range of emotions there. So, um, my song was cool. Yeah, I didn't recognize the Kanye sample. Um, and then I heard the song and was like, what? So yeah, great album here. I love listening to it. I like laid on the floor when I listen to it. It's very peaceful.
Good way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday morning kind of album too, I feel like.
Yes. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, his other stuff is good too, if you feel like listening, but this is definitely his best.
Yeah, I knew actually one song by him. Probably one of his popular songs, but what's it called? No, that's on this album. No, I forget.
Most of his popular songs are on this album.
Yeah, he's got a banger like later in his career that's very like 70s. I'll have to send it to you guys. I listened to it the other day and I was like, damn, good song.
Also sampled a lot. That my song is sampled in more than just I Wonder. It's sampled in like a bunch of other stuff, and then some of his other songs are like he's a very heavily sampled artist in hip hop. It's interesting. There's a playlist on his Spotify profile called Sampled. And it has all the songs he sampled it. It's like it's an impressive amount for a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, you wouldn't think from a guy who has this kind of music.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's interesting.
Wouldn't expect that. Like very lyric heavy, but yeah, cool. That's great.
Have you all ever listened to Fleet Foxes before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was blown away by Blue Lady because it sounded like a Fleet Foxes song. And I think they probably take a lot of influence from this guy.
Yeah, I see that.
He's very influential, like without really like I feel like you don't hear about him that much, but he's super influential.
Yeah. He's still alive too.
Yeah, he's still around. He lives in Spain.
He's writing poetry.
Yeah, he's doing something. Oh yeah. Cool stuff. And I think one of the songs was in a Hershey commercial. Give Me Some Love. I think that one.
Really?
Yeah.
There's just he's all over the place and you don't even realize it, especially this album.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, the album was never released in the US.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, right?
He's probably really popular overseas.
Yeah, it's probably why he's not that well known here. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Thanks for watching that video. If you want to watch more of us talk about music, check us out. We got a lot of awesome videos for you to listen to. And like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And let us know what you thought of this video down in the comments below. We're always chatting with people who have an opinion, and we love it. So, see ya.